Hi everybody, welcome back to class. I just wanted to shoot this short video to sort of just kind of go over some of the things that had taken place on with the first assignment, the PowerPoints. I know a lot of people are going to be really concerned about that. Once I get done with this video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to knock out the grading for the most recent postings for the week, and that should be up pretty soon too. But just kind of go over some things. So, in general, I think they were fantastic. One of the things I love about this, I wish all my classes we could do PowerPoint presentations. I tend to notice that, when people tend to get they get a PowerPoint presentation as opposed to a paper, they tend to get very creative. They tend to get very wonderful. And actually, we had a couple that were turned in. Where maybe one thing was sort of missed in the assignment, but you could just tell the massive amount of effort that was put into the PowerPoint, and so it's just kind of like, well, gosh, I'm not gonna, okay, what do I do here? And so it sort of allowed it to be made up for, so it was outstanding. Yeah, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then there's just two kind of general things that I really wanted to talk about. Some of you, at least I hope all of you, took a look at the PowerPoint slide video. We finally got the thing corrected. What I noticed was that for some reason, when the announcements was being made, normally in the past when a professor makes an announcement, it also shoots out an email to everybody and it says, hey, professors put up an announcement, you need to go read it. Or it would I think in the past at one point they also used to do it, they would actually put the announcement in your email so that you could actually read that, and then you wouldn't even have to go log on, which is actually even better in my opinion. What it seems like was going on this last semester, or since this semester, is they're not even notifying you when I do an announcement, which so there are about 3 or 4 of you that were kind of looking for videos, because I guess that's just what you gravitated towards. But it seemed like there were a lot of students who just didn't even know that they existed, and I apologize for that. I wish that I'd known that earlier, and if I had known that earlier, I would have let you know. But again, sometimes they make these little tweaks to the system. Sometimes we don't get informed, and that's kind of what happens. So hopefully that will get taken care of. But getting back to sort of the critique, people were watching the videos, and I could definitely tell. Number one, I had zero Google PowerPoints, zero Google PowerPoints. Nobody did anything on Google, which was amazing. It was actually funny. I mean, I remember just kind of looking at that, and I was kind of getting through, and I was about 2/3 the way through grading, and I was kind of like, wow, I haven't had any Googles. I wonder if I'm going to get all the way to the end and want to jinx the whole thing. So it was kind of neat. But so when I was taking a look at them, one of the things that I think some people might have seen but maybe didn't pay attention too much to is sort of this idea of the death by PowerPoint. These PowerPoint presentations are basically, if you're going to step in front of a board or your company or a professional audience, and you're going to give this PowerPoint presentation, what would the PowerPoint presentation look like? Okay. Now, one of the things that I've noticed over time, just in doing so many of these assignments, a lot of students kind of get this perplexity that they have to run into. They're like, well, I can tell you all the bullet points that would happen for this professor, but one of the disadvantages of this is that what ends up happening is we have all the excuse me, my computer decided to shut down on me, which is, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, so kind of getting back to it, you're supposed to be doing these presentations sort of with that idea that, hey, this is a presentation that you're giving to somebody else. If you put all this text up there, and I wish I could show you one, but obviously I'm not going to embarrass somebody by showing one of the, some of the ones that I saw. But there was just some of them that is, what ends up happening is your audience then starts spending more time reading your slides, because obviously if you put it up there, it must be important, right? And as a result of which they don't really focus on you, the speaker, okay? And that's really what they should be doing. That's how you make your money. That's the money maker, is with the knowledge that you're pouring out. And so, you know, like I said, there was this kind of duplexity that a lot of students run into, is that they say, well, if I do it by bullet points, I don't really feel like put a lot of fidelity into it, and as a result of which the professor has no idea what I'm talking about, and I don't think it's enough, so I'm just going to add. Next thing you know, it's this huge power, this huge paragraph, and it's not it's really that sustainable. And so, in reading that, it just, you know, it just caused some issues. Most of you watched the video of how to do this assignment and do it well, and as a result of which, you really nailed it when you started using the notes section. Now, I noticed a couple people that turned in their assignments early. I didn't really say anything about it. I probably should have, but I should have said, hey, you know, guys, you might want to go back, watch my video, and then see what's going on to make sure that you catch everything. Fortunately, to be honest, I don't know if that happened or not. You know, for the most part, I think there was only 1 or 2 students who actually turned in more than one file. And so I always grade the last one. You know, I kind of say, okay, you know, the first one they probably just, you know, befuddled and sent it in. So anyways, so then the second thing that I noticed on some of these assignments that kind of irked me was a lack of a scholarly source on some of this. You know, we talked about it in the video. You got to have at least one scholarly source. If you're having a hard time finding the scholarly source, ping me as a comment in the video and basically say, hey, professor, we're having a hard time finding this. And what I'll do is I'll make another video. I'll make a video that actually says, this is how you go look for scholarly sources. And then, you know, I'll try to find a way to do that where we can just, you know, videotape the screenshot. I know camera on computer, I'm not sure how that's going to go through. And my son, he's very good at the editing. I don't know if he's there yet. Well, I guess I should ask him before I say something like that on national video. So anyways, those are the 2 major things that I saw. I think everybody did great. You know, there were some 20s, lots of 19s, and, you know, and then there were, you know, let's see, yeah, there were a few 17s and 18s, and then, you know, below that, not so much. So, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll definitely answer it for you. And by the way, in the comment section, I want nothing mentioned about my cowboy shirt. Okay, nothing mentioned about my cowboy shirt at all. All right. I figured it was getting a little bad while wearing my beta shirt all the time. So, you know, I mean, it wasn't intended, of course, in the past, but, you know, I made sure this time I didn't do it. And I grabbed this one, you know, and especially if you're a Redskins fan, I really don't want to see you making any comments about my cowboy shirt. We did better than you guys did. So none of that. And if you're an Eagles fan, just don't even make any comments on the shirt at all. I don't want to hear it. You guys enjoy your glory day, but you know, I have a feeling this is going to be a blip. But anyways, I don't want to turn this into a pro football commentary. If you're a Giants fan, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. There's probably just nothing else I can say beyond that. Again, getting back to seriousness. Review this. Everybody's doing fantastic in the class. I don't think anybody's going to be upset with their grade by the time it gets done, as long as you keep chugging along. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.